want to be in the kingdom, I get it. I understand it. I know it. Because it's like a beautiful place to say that you are, and it is a beautiful place to get to. But I need y'all to understand it's a challenging place to get to too. It's very challenging to get to the kingdom. You can't just hope your way into the kingdom. You can't buy your way into the kingdom. You can only change your way into the kingdom. That's the only way you're going to get in there. That's the only way you're going to get in there. You got to change your way to get in there. You got to change your way. It's the only way to get into the kingdom. You can send all your money to Japan or Africa and say, I'm doing mission work. It ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna do it. It ain't. You have to really, really, really be careful with stuff. You do. You have to really, really, really be careful. Because people are in the mindset now thinking that they can buy blessings and you can't. You can't. You can only sow seed. That's what you can do. You're setting yourself up for when you are in a time of need, that God can bring it to remembrance. It comes to his remembrance and he's able to release it unto you. A lot of stuff has gotten taken so out of context. A lot of stuff has. It has been taken so out of context. I'm going to give y'all one example I'm real careful about this, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to tell y'all because I want y'all to understand it. One of the places that you have to be very, very careful with is you have to be careful with the scripture that talks about how if you give unto a prophet, you receive prophet's reward. You have to be very, very careful with that. And you have to be careful in the context of there are specific times that God does things. Specific times that God does things. Okay, so let me help y'all understand. The Shunammite woman in the Bible, she's the one that received the reward because she made the chamber for the prophet to sleep in. She made the chamber. She took their upper part of their house and made a chamber for when the prophet came through, Elijah. When he came through there, he was able to sleep there. But I need y'all to understand and catch what the Bible is saying in that. That's why I tell y'all, chill out, read slow, peep it. It said when he what? Came through. So was he there all the time? No. Okay then. I journeyed from here going to Tampa. I stopped at a prophet's house. Linda Holmes is a prophet in Gainesville. I stopped at her house. I spent the night at her house. She had a 1-bedroom apartment. She is a 6'1", 6'2" lady. She gave me her bed. And she made her pallet on her floor for me to stay. I kept wondering. I started hurting. My arm was hurting so bad. I was getting unbearable. I said, what? Oh, I don't know what I can't do. I don't know what to do. Oh, God, I got to get to Tampa. When I get to Tampa, I'm going to go to Tampa General. I didn't want to say anything to the magnitude, but just how bad it would hurt me. I might have to go to the hospital. I get to Tampa. I don't know what's going on with me. So I leave from there, and I end up, I call her. I say, man, my arm hurt me so bad. I said, all the way up my arm. I said, it just hurt me so bad. I said, I'm about to go to the hospital. She said, Sister Delphine, she said, you are bearing my infirmity. She said, I was going to have a heart attack. She said, I felt it. I knew it. The scripture says that the strong shall bear the infirmities of the weak. She said, the Lord sent you through at my house at the right time. That's why she and I are bonded even to this day. We don't even talk all the time. but she has a place in my heart. And I'm going through there. And she's the prophet now. But I'm coming through. I gather. See, she made space for me. Mm-hmm. Her reward was the healing. Amen. God stopping. Amen. Heart attack from happening. See, you have to really, really be careful with that, because Elijah only came through at particular times. Only at particular times. Because you think about it. Are you in a position to just be able to just be given every day? Who's in that position? To just be given every day. So what you would end up having to do is if you wanted to, to be somebody that's just giving every day, you would have to it will put you in a position as to where you would be thinking about how much you got to give, right? Mm-hmm. And so you would end up breaking it down and giving so much this day, so much that day, so much that day, just for you to be able to keep up with the demand of it. So it's just, it's just what happens. It's just what goes on. The Lord sends them by. See, with that man journeying the way he was journeying, he was always going by somewhere that was going to take care of him. That lady literally reconstructed her whole path just for him. Reconstructed. Believe it or not, the 6 days that I've been at Precious meant more than just her mama being in that house. I can guarantee you that. It was way more than it just being her mama in that house. Because I'm only able to come Alright. Let's go back to the scripture. Verse 42. Verse 42. It says the queen of the south. That's talking about the queen of Sheba. Remember, the queen of Sheba heard about Solomon and wanted to go see him because he was known as the wisest man in the world. She was like, I need to go see this cat, So it says the queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this generation. Rise up in the judgment with this generation and shall condemn it. Gonna condemn this generation. For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. And behold, what does he say? That's Jesus again, right? Too caught up in a man. So caught up in a man, you can't see me. Verse 43. Let's get to the meat of it now. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest. Find how much? None. There's nothing there for him to feast off of. There's nothing for him to drink, nothing for him to eat. So in other words, it's got to have something it can connect. Yeah, it got to have something to connect with. Somewhere we vibing. Somewhere. Says he finds none. Verse 44. Then he said, this is the unclean spirit, I will return into what? Look what he called it. Look what he called it. Whose house? It ain't Ron's house. Is it? Joker said, my house. That's where I've been. And that's where I'm finna go back to. I'm going home. It says, I will return to my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it swept and okay. So remember, I told y'all when you take the hand, and you allow the Lord to bring you into the wilderness, the Lord then gives clean slate. Clean slate. The only thing I have is the memories of what? I got my memories. I ain't forgot about none of my sin, y'all. I tell people all the time, I just don't do it. I ain't forgot how. I just don't. So, garnish it, sweeps it clean. The only thing I have concerning Egypt is my memory. He's not going to take my memories of Egypt away from me, because then if he takes that away, I won't remember where he brought me. Alright. So I got my memories of Egypt. Okay, let's go on. Verse 45. Then goeth he, that's the unclean spirit, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits, more what? So the unclean spirit comes, finds that I ain't been doing nothing. I ain't been doing nothing. I done asked the Lord to cleanse me, but I ain't putting nothing into me. I ain't read my word. I ain't fellowshipping. I ain't praying. I'm not learning anything about God. I'm not connected to my mentor. I'm not sitting with pastor. I'm not doing any of that. Because see, we get in the mindset of, I ain't smoking no more. I ain't drinking no more. But you ain't living in pursuit of Christ either. A lot of times that's where we get hung up and get messed up at and get lured back to sleep. Because of thinking, well, I don't go out no more. Yeah, but you ain't interceded for nobody either. I ain't, laying up with nobody no more. Yeah, but you ain't read no Bible either. You haven't filled that space. When he took your hand and brought you out of Egypt, he cleaned the slate. You have to fill that space with what's going to exist in the kingdom. You got to fill it with what's going to allow you to exist and live in the kingdom. You can't just leave it empty. You can't just think that, well, I don't go out no more. I don't that. That ain't saving nobody.
No, sure ain't.
It hasn't. It hasn't. Because you got to understand, when the Lord calls us to the judgment seat, he's going to be looking for substance. He's going to be looking for substance. He's going to say, according to what the scripture says, he's going to talk to us about what did we do. How did we use our time? What did we do? So if I say, I didn't go out to the club no more, but I ain't want a soul, I ain't witness to nobody. I can't show him no type of fruit. Where is the substance? So the most dangerous thing that you can do, which is what I type.